Hello racing fans, welcome to Delaware Park. I'm your host, JJ Gracie. We'll be watching races for Saturday, November 5th, which is closing date, also Breeders' Cup Day. Our feature race today is the 7th race, Optional Claimant 75,000 2-year-olds. It was a good one. The main track was fast. The weather was a great day for racing. The temps were in the 70s, and there was absolutely hardly any wind at all. So let's kick off the last day of the meet with the first half, the early daily double, Claimant non-winners of 3 going 1 mile. Here's your field. Here's Josh.
Away and running. Great speed today from Chrome Finish. The rail belongs to Spark. And in the house yellow, Crafty Dawn is tapped for speed, and so is Midnight Trick. That leaves Marcel 5 deep around the first of 2 turns. Codename Brody tracks the early pace, which is keen. And last of all is Triple Titos. It's a 3-pronged attack that is led by Marcel on the far outside. And Crafty Dawn is going to keep that one company as they pass the 3/4 pole. Chrome Finish smartly backs off the pace to be in that 3rd place position, and Spark continues to stay at the rail in that 4th place spot. Midnight Trick is 3 paths off the rail for a clear shot at the leaders. Codename Brody had a tap on the brakes nearing the 5 furlong pole, and last of all is Triple Titos. No breathers up top as Crafty Dawn takes over the lead from Marcel, who backpedals in 2nd, and the run of the race belongs to Spark up the inside in 3rd. Chrome finishes 3 wide, and Codename Brody has had a terrible trip, dropped away to last. Midnight Trick lands 4th, and Crafty Dawn continues to call the shots with 3 furlongs to go. Chrome finishes right there trying to roll past the early speed. Midnight Trick is sent for more, and Spark gets a couple of reminders and not responding as they pass the 1/4 pole. Crafty Dawn still leading but under massive attack. Midnight Trick trying to roll on past. Chrome finishes in between rivals, closing in his Triple Titos in a great big way. 3/16 to go. Crafty Dawn not out of the woods yet. Midnight Trick now inherits the lead. Triple Titos trying to close into the trifecta spot, but at the 16th pole, at odds of 8-1, Midnight Trick sawed off the pace to win.
The opener belonged to Midnight Trick on off at 8-1, return $19, 744.20. Crafty Dawn 340, 280. Triple Titos 320, and your 5 was 4th. 35.10 on your exacta, 50.45 on your try. Your super 58.32. And let's take a look at the second half, the early daily double, Claimant 75, non-winners of 3 going 1 mile. Here's Josh.
Away and running. Slow to go is 4 on 7, but Sunny Saint breaks right on cue. Ingrado yields the lead to Sunny Saint, who's unopposed with 7.5 furlongs to go. And 4 on 7 is right there applying that heavy pace pressure on the far outside. Into 4th is Captain Cardo in front of Noi Kataro, and Mr. Boldacious has been relegated to the back of the pack. Midpoint of the first turn, and Sunny Saint left alone and leads by a length and a quarter. 4 on 7 is right there shadowing the speed in 2nd, and Captain Cardo tries to make a middle move in the house green and now shares 3rd with Ingrado. There's a gap of 2 back to Mr. Boldacious on the outside, and Noi Kataro the Gray is loping along at the back of the pack. Midpoint of the backstretch run on a sultry day in November, and Sunny Saint continues to lead the way, but Ingrado is right there raising the stakes as they pass the 4. 4 on 7's been relegated to 3rd while Captain Cardo comes under a ride. Mr. Boldacious has picked off 1, and Noi Kataro's at the back of the pack, but Sunny Saint says catch me if you can at the 3 furlong point and slips away to a 1.5 length lead. Ingrado continues to make a big bid on the rail in 2nd, and Mr. Boldacious is coming alive on the far outside, and Captain Cardo claims 4th as they turn for home. Sunny Saint trying to see this through for another 3/16 of a desperate mile. Mr. Boldacious has had every chance to run past the speed, but the speed has not been headed as they have a final furlong to go, and Sunny Saint and the leading jockey continues to respond in winning ways. Mr. Boldacious battles Ingrado for the balance, and Noi Kataro's up the fence, but Sunny Saint has won it.
Sunny Saint win the second race going off at 2-1, return 660, 380, 280. Ingrado 480, 340. Narcitano 380, and the 5 was 4th. $13 on your exacta, 28.60 on your try, 31.70 on your super, and on your double was 31.70, 10-cent super, $20.37. And the third race, optional claiming 15,000, going 6 furlongs. Here's how Josh saw the third race leave.
Away and running. Great speed today from Franz Warrior. Beats everybody off the blocks. But there's the speed of Otis. And Pepe and Haywood, the long shot, tosses that yellow cap into the ring, and the pace is swift. Chasing in fourth position is Imperial King. And up the rail is Bailey, who has one beaten. And Flat Lucky is last of all with the money on. They have 4 furlongs to go, and the pace battle ensues between Otis, and Pepe and Haywood. And they take their tussle to the 3.5. There's a gap of 4 back to the lurking strides of Bailey, who rides that rail, and Franz Warriors to the outside. Imperial King still in front of 1, and Flat Lucky finally picks up momentum, but is still 8 lengths down from a tearaway leader, which is Otis, who leads the charge past the quarter pole. Pepe and Haywood tries to counter that attack in second. Bailey's had the run of the race, and they're into the stretch. Otis leading to a 2-length advantage. Bailey continues to chase in second. Pepe and Haywood off the fence. Flat Lucky just did not have it today. At the 16th pole, Otis continues to pull away in the concluding stages. Otis has won it.
Otis went gate to wire for Jerry Holland, offer 5-2, 764, 4240. Bailey, 762.80. Flat Lucky, 210, and the 3 was fourth. $25 on your exact, 24.10 on your try. Your daily double, 12.30, and your pick 3, 94.05, and your super, $11.79. The fourth race, Philly America claiming 7,500, going a mile. Here's your fourth.
Away and running to a picture-perfect start. Good speed today from Bells will be ringing. There's the speed of Mizzen to take over the leading role, and Blindside is going to keep those two honest as they go around this first turn run. Brummagem has all kinds of space up the rail, and they are 4 across the track with 7 furlongs out. Up the inside, School of Thought chases this quartet of speed, and Special Freedom is last of all. So Brummagem was sent hard to get to the lead with 3/4 of a mile to go, and that lead is dwindled to only half a length. And Blindside is right there chasing in second, and Bells will be ringing as 3 deep, leaving the first turn behind. Mizzen is traveling sweetly in that 4th place position with another gap of a half a length back to School of Thought, and Special Freedom's last of all. So they're about 2.5 lengths covering front to back, and Brummagem leads the charge down to the 4, and is still in hand and leads by only a neck. Blindside right there, that pesky pace partner, and she shadows the speed, and Blindside tries to inherit the lead. Bells will be ringing his dip 3 wide under a drive. Right there is School of Thought trying to press past the speed as Brummagem starts to back pedal. Special Freedom starting to pick him off one by one, and Mizzen drops away around the turn with 1/4 to go. Brummagem's off the board, and Blindside has the lead, but for how long? On the far outside, Special Freedom is closing in. Bells will be ringing, is battling on, and they're into the stretch. Blindside is holding on to a 3/4 of a length lead. Special Freedom is taking giant strides at this leader in second. These two go toe-to-toe at the 16th pole. Blindside is drifting out. Special Freedom has all the momentum. Special Freedom getting up. Special Freedom is 15-1.
Special Freedom went from last to first to win the 4th race, return 32.20, 10.45.80. Blindside $363. Bells will be ringing $4. And the one was fourth, 44.80 on your exacta, 81.85 on your try, 62.50 on your daily double. Your pick 3, 91.15. And your pick 4s were $2,577.50. And your 10-cent super, $47.71. 5th race, 62.50, going 1 mile and 70 yards. We will be coming up there a moment. All right, we'll give you the replay here.
Away and running. Good start in the center from Angelus Warrior today, but Devious Mo is tapped for some speed and strikes the top, and Morocco's caught very deep with 7.5 furlongs to go. Miracle Silver's in front of 1, and Wall was a little slow to go, so very deep on the course is Devious Mo, must be in the 4 path, and that affected Angelus Warrior and Morocco, so those are the 3 stretched across the course as they pass the 6.5. Miracle Silver's in front of that teammate, which is Wall, who is ground saving. Around the first turn they straightaway exit, and it's Devious Mo now settled into stride and shows the way by only a nose. On the outside, Morocco looking for 2 in a row is right there in this swift-paced affair, and Angelus Warrior is right there lurking between the both of them. Wall senses a slower pace and gets closer, but has to stymie there with the rail not being open as of now, and Miracle Silver is right there too, only 2 lengths would cover, tipped the tail with 4 furlongs left to go. So now as the plot thickens, Devious Mo is confronted right away, and the one that gets confronted to Devious Mo, Morocco's on the outside, and Angelus Warrior with the money on is the one they gotta catch. Miracle Silver's in between rivals, and Wallsman relegated to the tail. 5/16 to go, and Angelus Warrior in hand, in command, and has put Devious Mo behind. Miracle Silver still chasing in third. Wall is closing in on the far outside, but they turn for home, and Angelus Warrior still has a sizable lead. The lead is 3.5 lengths. Miracle Silver chasing in second, and Wall loomed and flattened out as they approach the final 16th of a mile with the money on. Angelus Warrior's doing plenty. Miracle Silver is starting to bridge that gap, but time slowly ticking away. Angelus Warrior has won it.
Angelus Warrior went off at 6-5. Winners is Rider Please Return 462.40 and a refund. Miracle Saver 240, Wall 240, and the 3 was fourth. 530 on your exact, you got a 50-cent refund. 24.50 on your daily double. Your pick 3, 56.30, and you get a 10-cent refund. 6th race, optional claim in 25,000, going 1 mile and 1/16. Here's Josh.
They're set. Away and running. Good start on the inside for Good Luck Chuck, and there's the speed of Omati, and on the far outside, Frosted Indian drives up to be third in the early mix. Rusty's G550s in that 4th place position in front of Prairie, and near the back of the field early as they swing left for the first time, includes Bumper Dew, and last of all is Welling. Around the first turn they go. Good Luck Chuck sets the tone, and the pace is relaxed despite the lot of speed as they projected on paper, and shows the way by a length. Frosted Indian is right there chasing the solo act in that 2nd place position, and riding the fence is Prairie in that 3rd place spot. Omadi is 1 path off the rail, and Rusty's G550s all by himself in 5th. There's quite a separation back to Bumper Dew, who's starting to close in inch by inch, and tailing off is Welling at the back of the pack. Midpoint of the backstretch run, Good Luck Chuck still has the pace in his hands. The lead is 1. Frosted Indian right there taking up the chase in 2nd. Another gap of 1. Omadi's off the fence. Prairie has the run of the race if good enough with a gap of 2. Back to Rusty's G550, soon to be passed by Bumper Dew, and Welling's at the back of the pack. So Good Luck Chuck coming back to the face of the field, and Frosted Indian is ready to play his hand. Prairie right there trying to look for the out, and deep on the course is Omadi, and Bumper Dew has picked off a couple of rivals as this field turns to the top of the stretch. Frosted Indian desperately clinging to the lead, but here comes Prairie on attack mode now, and 5 deep is Omadi along with Rusty's G550. Bumper Dew's also in there with a fighting chance at the furlong pole. Prairie has kicked away from the opposition to lead by 2. Up the fence comes Welling in a big way. Welling's getting closer. Welling's 11-1. Welling timed that to a T.
Welling went in and out of horses on a good drive by Carol Sendeno. $24.60, $844. Prairie, $884. Bumper Dew, $210. 6 was fourth. 108.90 on your exact, 171.45 on your try, 29.10 on your double, 217.10 on your pick 3, your 10-cent super, $96.13. That'll bring us to the 7th race, the feature 2-year-old optional claim in 75,000, going 6 furlongs. Here's a good one.
Away and running. Good speed on the inside from How Great Is Nate, but taps on the brakes, and there goes Wild Mule on the outside, confronting Bright Forecast for the early lead. Evie's Candy right there stalking the pace sweetly in that 3rd place position, and up the inside is How Great Is Nate, who lands 3rd. They go down to 4.5 furlongs, and Bright Forecast is the leader, and shows the way 3/4 of a length. Wild Mule is on hold with only 4 furlongs left to go, and How Great Is Nate is wrangled up against the rail in that 3rd place position, only 2 lengths off the speed, and Evie's Candy's last of all and wide as they negotiate the far turn run. There's 3 furlongs to go. Bright Forecast calls the shots. Wild Mule is ready to take another crack at this leader, and both of them are lurking behind this closing strides of Evie's Candy. How great is Nate is last of all as they swing to the top of the stretch. Evie's Candy with that outside momentum, trying to press past a stubborn Wild Mule. Bright Forecast is in for the fight. How great is Nate stays at the rail. 4 across the track in the final 200 yards. How great is Nate is coming with power and pace up the inside. How great is Nate? Nate is absolutely perfect.
How great is Nate? Wins the future one off of 3 to 5. He wins 3 in a row here for Andy Simoff. 340, 220 refund. Bright Forecast 260 Wild Mule. And the 2 is for a 390 on your exact, a 50-cent refund. 2040 on your daily double. Your pick 3, 39.40. And your pick 5 is for $1,977.55 and a 10-cent refund. The last race of the meet, maiden 5,000, 5.5 furlongs. Here's your start.
Away and running. Terrible start for alignment. Good speed on the inside for Rayo Negro. Normal Lights Deviance is showing speed, and so is Tailgatering. So those are the first 3 on settling down. All About the Beach has been downgraded to 4th. And Mighty Frosted tries to pass that rival and does. Alignment's getting on track, and last of all is Fast Ride. 4 furlongs to go, and Rayo Negro, the favorite, has the leading role and shows the way by 2. Tailgatering, the co-pilot, in second, and Mighty Frosted tries to get it closer to the both of them. All About the Beach is 4 paths off the rail, while Normalized Deviant stays at that rail to no avail. Alignment tries to pass that rival and Fast Rides at the back of the pack. A quarter of a mile to go, and Rayo Negro continues to strut his stuff in the last and has opened up a daylight lead. Alignment is getting on track on the inside to claim second as they turn for home. Rayo Negro still has a sizable lead. Alignment merges from last to claim second and gets closer in a big way too, but Rayo Negro still has the jump inside the 16th pole. Alignment running a big race despite a stutter step start, and it's over. The last of the year and the last favorites home. Rayo Negro has won it.
Rayo Negro wins the finale here. It went off at favorite, $4, 260, 220. Alignment, 360, 260. Fast Ride, 380, and the 2 is 4th. 560 on your exact, a 1320 on your try. Pair of ones on your daily double, 470. Pick 3, $30.95. Your pick 4, $118.80, and your 10-cent super, $16.83. That was a look at the races for Saturday, November 5th, which was our closing day here. Our handle was 905,473. I'm your host, JJ Gracie. For Elaine Tapman, Chris Rooney, Mike McNerney, and the whole crew here at Delaware Park, good night and good racing. Always find yourself in the winner's circle.